Hello. So, as I mentioned last time, this video, or this flight, has been split into several sections. This is part 2, which is going to be Takeoff and Climb. So we are currently taxiing onto runway 23 right. Which means I need to slow down a bit.
Right.
And I should put the landing lights on, strobe lights on. We're going to put the wing lights on because it's not that great out here. Runway turn off lights stay off. We're going to set the nose lights to taxi. I will also push our toga. We can't push our toga because I need to perform a cabin check. Let's go here. Cabin ready. Which means now I can press my toga. And we can line up correctly because I'm completely off center.
On runway 23.
While we're
right.
lining up,
On runway 23.
pedestal
Right.
TCAS, TARA tilt above. TARA tilt above. And let's just get ourselves into position here. Okay, so that's the problem with using ATC. Someone has just flown straight through the middle of me. Excellent. So realistic. Anyway, engine mode selector as required, so that should be on normal for me. Brake temperature, let's check. I think they're probably fine. Yeah, 30 degrees. That's fine. Main panel, brake fans off, sliding tables stowed. Brake fans are off, sliding tables are stowed. Takeoff, line up clearance, ignoring that. External lights are on. Okay. And that's the after takeoff. So, all that remains is for me to get this to around 50%. There we go. Then we will
On runway 23.
turn off the
right.
parking brakes.
On runway 23. Right.
Increase the throttle. There we go. I'm completely off center here. Ooh, let's get back. This is a wet runway as well. It's V1.
Caution. On taxiway.
was a terrible,
on taxiway.
terrible takeoff, I'll be honest. Okay. And let's head here. Put the autopilot on. Stow the gear. And what else do I need to do? Spoilers disarm, yep. Okay, now bring the thrust lever back. There we go, let's climb thrust. We'll pull the flaps back in. Taxi lights can come off, yes they can. and engine and wing anti-ice as required. Flying through clouds, so I am actually going to turn them on now. There we go. Packs 1 and 2 are already on. So the next thing to do is at 10,000 feet, so we don't need to be concerned about that. Let's have a look at the wing. Can we see anything? No. Far too much cloud. So we're now at 5,000 already. We're just going to be flying level for now. No need to do anything at all. Obviously when we get to 6,000 feet, which is the transition altitude, I will reset the altimeter. Before we get to the 5,000 mark, I will just double check now, but I think there's nothing after the 5,000 mark. Oh, actually, that's a +4, okay. That's a 5. That's a 5. So we've got 5,000 for a little while, actually. After pole. Yeah, so after pole we can change to our flight level of 37,000. So our target altitudes are 6,000 for transition altitude, 10,000, which is when we need to do some work on the plane, and then 37,000 will be our final target. So you can see on the screen here, we've got our +4, our 5, and our 5 at pole. We can then climb once we're at pole. Just have a quick look outside. I'm sure there's nothing to see at all. But I'll take a screenshot of this anyway. It can be my thumbnail. Lovely. I think the rain has stopped as well, so let's turn these wipers off. What's the current temperature? 10 degrees, okay. Now this flight was due to leave at 7:10 Zulu. We actually left a little bit late, mainly because I was just getting things ready. Of course. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to start preparing. So, get this to 37. We will press it once we're just before pole, I think. Oh, this cloud cover is really boring. I would like to get a nice screenshot, but it's not happening really, is it? Okay, so we're now on track for pole, which means I can push this, and we should have an alt constraint show up on here. go, alt constraint, which means it knows that we're going to go into climb as soon as we've passed the 5,000 constraint mark. And we're going to have to be quick because I think we're going to have a fairly rapid rate of climb, which will obviously result in us hitting transition altitude and 10,000 feet quite quickly. And that's our wind. So we've currently got a tailwind, although that wind is shifting. Wow. Okay. That wind is shifting massively. It went from a tailwind to a crosswind, now it's going back to a tailwind. Not good at all. We've started our turn now, so we will be able to climb soon. Hopefully get out of the clouds. Our route today will take us over the North Sea. Is that the North Sea? Yes. Over the North Sea, just through the top of Denmark, into Sweden. So it should be a nice flight. And we are now climbing. There we go. This is great news. Although the engines aren't really sure what they're doing, which is a little bit concerning. I do have quite a few things running at the same time, so I don't know if maybe that's causing something. Let's standardize. There we go. I think it's that one. No. Standardized out. That took a little bit longer than it should have done. But we are now climbing out of the clouds. Fantastic. Might be able to see something sometime soon. As I said, we're not far from our 10,000 feet mark. So we're just approaching it now. We're also approaching the top of the cloud layer. That is nice. There we go, 10,000 feet. So, landing lights off. Seatbelt sign. Yeah, I'm going to turn it off now. And pressurization. Let's just check. So, cabin altitude, yeah, it is increasing. Yeah, that's good. So now, all we have to do is climb. Estimated climb time is currently 8:40. Top of climb is currently estimated at 8:59, so 20 minutes. What I'll do is I'll time lapse the climb because there's nothing really for us to do. As I mentioned, the next part of the video will be the approach and the descent and approach. There we go. Completely forgot them. For now, we get the weather radar set up just before we go. So turn it on. It's on manual already. It should be on weather and turbulence. And we're going to set it to a value of, yeah, 7 degrees should be okay. We're climbing at around 7 degrees, so that's what we'll set it to. And it should just give us a little bit of warning if there's anything coming up that we should be worried about. As I said, I think we'll just time lapse up to the cruising point, because from here on out there's nothing else to do. So enjoy a little bit of time lapse. Okay, ladies and gents, we are not far from our target altitude now. So a quick look, see if we can see anything. No, absolutely nothing. There is nothing going on out here. Just a massive load of cloud layer. Oh well. I'm going to dial this up. We've started climbing a little bit lower now. A climb rating. Oh, excuse the background noise. The cats have gone into craziness mode, I think. So once we reach 37,000, I will adjust the weather radar. We are currently over the North Sea. If I put terrain on, hopefully this will work. Yes. Nothing but sea for miles around. But we're almost there now, 36,000 feet, just 1,000 feet remaining. So far it's been a pretty easy climb. Temperature outside is pretty cold. However, we're not going through cloud layers, so I am going to turn the anti-ice off. Same fault? No, okay. Always a bit worrying when the system says fault, because I believe it's going to be pretty cold when we arrive in Stockholm. I'll have a quick check what my METAR said. It said temperature of 7 degrees. Alright, that's not actually that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot colder than that. But 7 degrees is still icing condition. And if we've got any cloud layers on the way down there, apologies, if we've got any cloud layers on the way down there, it's definitely going to be icy.
Traffic.
There we go.
Traffic.
We've got traffic.
Traffic.
9,000 feet above us, heading towards us. Okay, so let's see if we can see that. There it is. We are flying faster, though. That seems to be a bug in the traffic though, because that plane is currently flying with its landing gear out at 38,000 feet. I'm going to have to take a screenshot of that, I think, because that's very funny. What's that? Interesting. Okay, and now we are at the right level. Let's get this sorted. So flying over sea, 37,000 feet, tilt is -2. I just dial back, should find. Yep, that guy is behind us now, so everything's okay. Perfect. So we're going to leave it there. I will obviously continue with the cruise, and I will join you at the top of descent, which for me will be in approximately 1 hour's time. So I will see you next time when we will perform the descent and approach. Bye bye.